It's been a while, huh? Hey guys, Dashing Subtile here, and in this video, we're going to be doing our Pokemon Draft Dynasty draft analysis, the Season 2 of the PDD. And yeah, we were in PDD Season 1, and we unfortunately made playoffs and lost in semifinals, which is okay. So, we're back again for Season 2, and we're going to hopefully do better and take it home. But yeah, if you guys enjoy this video, make sure you leave a like, comment below, and subscribe for more Pokemon Draft League content. As you see on the screen in front of you, those are the Terra rules. So, basically, 25-point Terra budget for 2 to 3 Terra captains with 3 types, and we must draft at least 2 Terra captains, and they must have 3 Terra types with one of them being Stab. 10 points on Lurkin Terra with exceptions, which are the bands as you see, Basculegion, Cetitan, Oricorio, all that stuff, is Terra band. Each mon costs their value against their Terra budget, and each type will cost points. One Stab type for each Terra captain will be free. So, basically, it means your Stab Terra is free, but you have to pay, as you see below. The types that cost 3 points are Water, Fairy, Ice, and Steel. The 1-point types are Bug, Rock, and Poison. And the 2-type Terras are everything else except Stellar, because Stellar is banned, which I don't think it should be, but we're gonna rock with it. So, as we see, these are really interesting Terra rules. So, Bug, Rock, and Poison. So that's your reasoning why the thumbnail is of the Loyal 3 already. But yeah, let us start our draft analysis for PDD Season 2. So, I believe I was a really late pick spot. Let me just double check. I believe I want to say 12 out of 16? I was in fact 12 out of 16 in the draft order. So yeah, yes, I was correct. I was 12 out of 16 in the draft order. So, I really wanted to try a new mon that came with us in the Indigo Disc. So, for our first overall pick, we decided to go with none other than Terapagos, nicknamed the Indigo Disc because I am original and I cannot think of anything else. But basically, this makes sense because if you guys do not know, I think Kieran's like the best character in the Pokemon franchise, and my PFP in the server is Kieran, so Kieran with Terapagos makes sense. So as we see, its stats are: it has 95 HP in attack, 110 in defenses, 105 special attack, and 85 speed. So, what does this thing do? It clicks Calm Mind and Rock Polish with its new ability Terra Shell, which is just multi-scale on crack. At full HP, all moves are not very effective on this Pokemon. So, you could run leftovers because you could potentially get a second Terra Shell if they click U-turn. You take like 2%, heal that with leftovers, and you can take another hit. But what this mon specifically does, it's very versatile. It gets Stealth Rock, it gets Rock Polish Calm Mind, and it's pure normal type with Terra Starstorm, a 120 base power normal move with 0 drawbacks, which is amazing. And it gets a lot of coverage for steals, like Earth Power, Flamethrower, Aura Sphere. It gets so much. It gets like Flash Cannon, it gets Dazzling Gleam. This thing can do whatever you want. The only thing this thing lacks is recovery, except rest. So, that's something. But yeah, this thing is really good. It's a brand new toy, so we have new toy syndrome under the purposes, and it is very versatile. So yeah, I am really excited to use Terapagos for this season of the PDD. Our next Pokemon is one I am very, very excited for because it's an old member of the Seattle Siglyphs and of the PDD, and that is yours truly, Hello Kitty. Meowscarada. Meowscarada's amazing. This mon is just amazing. So, stat-wise, it has 76 HP, 110 attack, 70 defenses, 81 special attack, and 123 speed. So, my thought process, yes, as you see in the purposes, knockoff. Strong knockoffs are really important. Strong physical attacker is really important because Terapagos was a special attacker. So we got physical attacker, which is really, really important. And elite speed tier is really clutch because it outspeeds everything except things like Iron Boulder, but Iron Boulder gets sucker punched. So we're fine there. It can outspeed Scarf Greninja after a Battle Bond. It can just do so many things. This mon is amazing. Gets access to moves like Play Rough. But now it gets access to Triple Axle for some reason, which is amazing. And yeah, Triple Axle makes this thing really, really amazing. So I am really excited to use Meowscarada in the PDD once more. After Meowscarada, our next pick is a mon that I have never used in Draft League. Really, I used it once in a Showdown Ubers League, but dropped it for Sylveon or Florges, and that is Clefable. I have never used Clefable, so I have no idea what this mon does. I have an idea what it does. But let's go through the stats. 95 HP, 70 attack, 73 defense, 95 special attack, 90 speed def, and 60 speed. With Cute Charm, Magic Guard, and Unaware. Magic Guard's a really good ability because it can prevent you from taking Stealth Rock damage, you from taking Toxic, Burns, Leech Seed, just anything that's not attack. So that's really good. And Unaware, you can fool your opponents by being Boots Unaware. And they're like, oh, it's Magic Guard. I can just click Swords Dance on this thing, and you're unaware and you're Boots, and that can be fun, dude. To fool you, you're like, oh, and then you're like, uh-oh, it's unaware. But yeah, purposes, Wish Pass. With this thing Wish Passing, you guys have no idea how clutch that is, because Terapagos and Clefable have the exact same amount of HP, meaning you can pass to Clefable and get 50% back on Terapagos, activating Terra Shell once more. It's a bulky fairy. It can take on a lot of hits, and it's very versatile because it can take a lot of hits. It can click Stealth Rock, and click Moonblast, Baton Pass, Moonlight, Flamethrower, Thunderbolt, Ice Beam. It has all the Gen 1 coverage. So yeah, I've never really used Clefable, so I'm so excited to use it on this team. Our next mon, we wanted a Steel type, because Steel types are really important. So we got one of the best Steel types with the Indigo Disc in Metagross. Metagross, oh Metagross. Metagross is amazing. It's just Metagross. Steel Psychic, really good typing. Clear Body and Live Metal as abilities, so Clear Body. 80 HP, 135 attack, 130 defense, 95 special attack, 90 speed def, and 70 speed. So purposes, we got Metagross. It's a Steel type, which are really important. Stealth Rocks. It also Stealth Rocks in case we want to like not force Stealth Rocks on Terapagos or Clefable. I mainly wanted a Steel type with Nox, but yes, Rocks and Knockoff. But yeah, Metagross is really good. I remember I used it in my first ever Draft League, and if you guys remember that, shout out to you. But yeah, I used it with Sandstorm and Sandrush Dracovish. I remember that much, and that was hilarious. With like dual screen, that was hilarious. But yeah, this mon can run dual screens. I believe Clefable can as well. So there's a lot of opportunities with these mons. We can run. This mon got Psychic Fangs and Heavy Slam, which are total upgrades from Zen Headbutt and Meteor Mash, where you can miss. So that's just huge. Never run Light Metal ever, because Heavy Slam will be weakened, and you do not want that. And I had one other thing, yeah. This thing on Trailblaze too. Trailblaze, so that's also huge, and it has Home Claws, so it can boost its attack, click agility, or Trailblaze for the speed boost, and then potentially sweep the team. So that's amazing. And this thing also has priority in Bullet Punch. So I'm really excited to use Metagross in this. I'm really excited to use Metagross in this team. So after Metagross, our next mon. Yes. This mon is a fire pick. Our next mon, if I remember correctly, it's not the fire. It's the next one. Okay. Our next pick is a personal favorite of mine. Our next pick is a personal favorite of mine, Keldeo. Now, Keldeo, this mon's amazing. It has justified it. It has justified as his ability. Its stats are 91 HP, 72 attack, 90 defenses, 129 special attack, and 108 speed, with purposes of an offensive water. This thing's an offensive water. It unfortunately lost Scald, I believe, so it's not. It can't be run really that defensively, but still a Surf and Hydro Pump. It has momentum and flip turn still, which is amazing, and it has its speed tier in 108. So right now my speed tier was from Meowscarada to Terapagos. I wanted a 1-0 something in the middle, so we got Keldeo. Keldeo is really good. It has Calm Mind for stat purposes. It got Trailblaze this jump, which is really insane for Keldeo, because Terrakion, Virizion, Cobalion all had agility, and Rock Polish. Or I think Cobalion had Rock Polish and Terrakion Rock Polish, and Virizion had agility. Could be wrong, but I remember all three had ways to boost their speed. Keldeo never did. So Keldeo getting Trailblaze is really, really amazing, because you can boost your speed, and then you can run Surf, or you can Calm Mind, Secret Sword for Resolute, or Sphere for normal. Like, yeah, Keldeo is amazing, and I am really happy that we can use Keldeo in this season of the PDD. Keldeo is honestly one of my favorite Pokemon to use in draft. My kill leaderboards are like Quaquaval, Urshifu Rapid, Keldeo. Like, I have 3 water fightings on the list alone. So I just love my water fighting types, except Poliwrath. That guy's eh. But yeah, got Keldeo. Next mon. This is a mon I am so excited to try. It's none other than Blade the Cerulege. Cerulege is a mon I have never used before. As you see under the purposes, haven't used it before. It has Flash Fire and Weak Armor as its abilities, 75 HP, 125 attack, 80 defense, 60 special attack, 100 speed def, and 85 speed. It is a spin blocker. It's a physical ghost. I really wanted a physical ghost because it cannot get Will-O-Wisp, so that's huge. It does get Will-O-Wisp, and it gets Curse, which is really huge. It also gets things like dual screens. It gets bulk up. It gets Bitter Blade. It gets Poltergeist now, which is amazing. And yeah, Cerulege got a lot of buffs in this generation, and I've never used it at all. So I'm just excited to finally get the opportunity to use Cerulege. This can run bulk up sets. It can run like Bitter Blade bulk up. It gets recovery back from bulk up. Weak Armor can run like Focus Sash, Weak Armor sets. It can run. It gets access to Shadow Sneak. Bulk up's really good because it boosts Fizz Def because it has high speed def already, so it can be ran really, really bulky. So that's another thing with Cerulege. It can be ran really bulky. And yeah, I love Ceruledge, and I cannot wait to use it in this season of the PDD. The next one that we got, our first Terra Captain, which is none other than Kilowatt, the Kilowattrel. And as you saw from the thumbnail, he has Terra Poison, but he also has Terra Water and Terra Flying. Has 2 other types for us. So, purposes. Another elite speed tier. It outspeeds Meowscarada by 2 points, but it's honestly one of the better Terra Captains. The reason why I am wasting Terra on Poison, you will see soon enough. But yeah, we're wasting Terra on Poison because honestly, when I used Kilowattrel in UNPL Season 3, I never ran Terra Ground. Ever. I only ran Flying and Water. So that's all I'm going to need this season, Flying and Water. But stats-wise, we have 70 HP in attack, 60 defenses, 105 special attack, and 125 speed. But yeah, with Wind Power, Volt Absorb, and Competitive, we can be a bulky water. No, we can't be bulky water. But we can be an offensive water to break through grounds. Same with Terra Flying. Terra Poison's just there. I guess I break through Bulky Fairy if I can't for some reason, like Scream Tail, I guess. But yeah, it's not really gonna be that important. Oh yeah, and here's another reason. Competitive. That's huge because So, does anyone know how many rockers we have right now? Anyone? We have 3. And anyone know how many spikers we have? We have 1. And 1 T-Spiker. So, they will want to defog the hazards away, which Kilowattrel has competitive, so we would get a +2 special attack boost. So, Kilowattrel would be fine. Oh, you want a Rapid Spin? We have Ceruledge. So our team can really support hazards a lot. And, yeah, I'm really excited for Kilowattrel. Our next one is, I believe it's another Terra Captain. I could be wrong. But yeah, our next mon is Derp the Clodsire. With, so purposes, ground and poison type. That's really huge. It gives us a fairy resist. It gives us a electric immunity outside of Kilowattrel. This thing gets dual hazards in spikes and rocks, and the water immunity is always good, especially when we have like Ceruledge. Having a water immunity is good with Water Absorb. Its other abilities are Poison Point and Unaware. And he has 130 HP, 75 attack, 60 defense, 45 attack, 100 speed def, and 20 speed. Having double Unaware is pretty cool. I remember in SDA we had Clodsire Dondozo, and that was a fun Unaware core. But yeah, we have Unaware and Clefable and Clodsire, and I think we handle stored power sets pretty well with Metagross and Meowscarada not being weak to much. Like, yeah, it's weak to fire, but it's fine. We have a Flash Fireman, so they can't really do that. But yeah, the next mon that we have on this team is next one that we have on this team is another Terra Captain. Bubby the Appleton. Appleton is really fun. Shout out to Bubby from the GBA. But yeah, it has Terra Dragon, Terra Poison, and Terra Steel with Ripen, Gluttony, and Thick Fat. 110 HP, 85 attack, 80 defense, 100 special attack, 80 speed def, and 30 speed, with the purposes being a bulky dragon, because I need a bulky dragon on my team because it was really important for like some resistances like I don't remember what exactly, but I think it was like for like a grass fire. No, it wasn't for a fire. Yeah, it might have been for a fire because we had Thick Fat, but I remember we need a bulky dragon for some reason. I think it was, oh, that's why I think. because my water resist was Keldeo and Clodsire and Meowscarada. Keldeo and Meowscarada don't really count, and I may want Underwear Claude one game, so that's why we have Appleton. We have Terra Poison as one of them because it actually helps if we find like a Azumarill that cannot be touched by Terra Steel, and it's like Sap Sipper, so we can beat that with Terra Poison. It has a lot of useful tools. This thing has Leech Seed, it has Body Press, it has Iron Defense, it has Amnesia, like, and there's Gluttony with like Moranga Berry or Key Berry. It doesn't run a lot of berries, but like, it was either this or Dipplin, and Dipplin cannot touch ground type. No, it cannot touch any steel types because Appleton is Body Press and Dipplin does not. So it was either Appleton or Dipplin, whichever one last, and I got Appleton, so that's nice. But yeah, our next mon on our team is probably our most hyped team member this season, and that is the absolute GOAT, Cash Money, the Whiscash, with its abilities being Oblivious, Anticipation, and Hydration, with 110 HP, 78 attack, 73 defense, 76 special attack, 71 speed def, and 60 speed. Purposes, Cash Money! Like, bro, this mon cooks, and I'm not lying. I remember I won a league, and I had like Spectre, Mew, Megalopony, which were my 3 carries, but I brought Whiscash to every single game because it was my solo ground and solo water. People did not prep for it, and I remember I beat a Tapu Koko with Calm Mind, Dazzling Gleam, because the Koko was Calm Mind, Dazzling Gleam, Roost, Thunderbolt, and it was walled by Whiscash, and they did not bring Grass Knot because they did not respect the Whiscash. But yeah, Whiscash can be very, very scary if it's like Spadef. I like Specs, that can be very nice, but also Dragon Dance. Dragon Dance can be scary with Terra Poison and Flying because it's one counter were grasses. So both types help versus those types. So I'm happy to use Cash Money this season of the PDD, and I'm so ready to get some Whiscash sweeps. And then our last member on our team, it's nothing too special. We have Karkle. We have the Karkle with ability Steam Engine, Flame Body, Flash Fire, 80 HP, 60 attack, 90 defense, 60 special attack, 70 speed def, and 50 speed. Purposes: Rock, Spike, Spin. 1 point that resists the ice and flying, and Flame Body is always useful. Basically, just like a spiker or like a rocker that can Flame Body things. But yeah, as we see now, how many spikers and rockers do we have? As of right now, we have, count them with me, Terapagos, 1 rocker, Clefable, 2 rocker, Metagross, 3 rockers, Clodsire, 4 rockers, Whiscash, 5 rockers, Karkle, 6 rockers, and our spikers, we have 4 spikers in Meowscarada, Clodsire, Whiscash, and Karkle. So we have a ton of hazards, and they can try and defog, but gives Kilowattrel competitive. They can try and Rabbit Spin, but fall into Cerulege's trap. Like, some other things about my team is I really wanted a physical ghost with Cerulege because Keldeo is a special fighting type, so they can break they can break for each other. Meowscarada is always useful. Terapagos is gonna be really fun, and yeah, I've already done my prep for week 1, so I'll see you guys next week for week 1 on every Friday. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out, my Subtitle Squad. And to everyone else that's watching, thank you.